Hello, I am Strider Yoko. Um, I'm actually going to start commenting some commentary on my videos. Reason for this is because I am pretty much just tired of getting copyright notices and having to deal with those things. And I know if you have commentary on your videos and you're kind of putting it out there for instructional use, educational use, then it becomes fair use, and I won't get bugged by these guys claiming copyrights. And also lately, I've been getting a lot of false claims on some of my videos, with companies that have absolutely nothing to do with the game that I'm playing. So, that's the main reason I'm doing this. It's another reason is, I could just vent about daily events. Sometimes, I might get off topic about the game and whatnot. But that's kind of be expected, especially a game like this where you spend 90% of the time running through a jungle. What can I talk about? Oh, look at the beautiful grass. The grass is so green. The trees, look at how they I'm not going to try to comment my way through those types of scenarios. Maybe I just might talk about something else like I am right now. Well, anyway, back to the game. You might see me browse through the survival guide. Like I said, this video here that I shot, I am adding commentary to it. I did not comment while I was playing. So I'm just going to have to go back through hours of footage and just add slap a commentary right on top of that. But for now, any of the further footage that I am making, I'll probably have live commentary for it. But I'm definitely going back and adding my comments to these. Alright, as you can see here in the video, I am in some type of outpost buying some guns. It's just amazing how a locker full of weapons, like nobody is concerned that you could just walk up to it. I guess you stuff money into it and then take out a gun. I'm not really sure how that works, but it works. It's a game. Games work like that sometimes. As you can see, I'm having a very hard decision about what to attach to my gun. This 1911 or 6P9. But yeah, since I didn't have commentary in mind, you're just going to see me flipping through menus a lot, reading things, and just kind of messing about sometimes, kind of enjoying my surroundings. Like checking out these two dead bodies, for instance. And how that guy just kind of floated forward and back. You see that kind of shadowy outline that the guy has when you look at him? That is called ambient occlusion. It's kind of a lighting effect that newer games now possess to make it look more realistic. A ripped teddy bear, how nice. How much can I get that for? It's a spent lighter. They give you so much junk in these loot chests. I'm not exactly sure how much you get for a spent lighter, but they might as well just stuff money in there, right? Instead of having some of these useless items. But anyway, I guess I just did it to seem more realistic. I'm just cutting up some white plant. So as you see in Far Cry, just very free roam game. You kind of take missions as you get them. There are a lot of side missions. This one in particular, Path of the Hunter. They kind of help you if you have trouble locating, animals that you need. The animal skins that you need to upgrade your carrying capacity and for various items like ammo, rockets, grenades, all that juicy explosive stuff. These Path of the Hunter quests can help you take care of that if you're not willing to just go and look at here. I'm just checking out and see what this scavenger is all about. The thing I like about this game too is that they have a lot of, trite, witty sayings for all their handbook entries. That's why you might see me like going back and reading them, because I'm always interested in seeing what they have to say. It's like what they're saying is coming from Voss's perspective or something, or it might even be the doctor that you meet later on. I'm not sure. Well, I'm not even sure if I've met the doctor yet. I'm kind of unaware of how far along in the game I am. I know I'm pretty early in the game. It's a few hours into it. And I'm just intrigued by this guy cutting up a boar. Because this is at the point of the game where I'm still getting familiar with it. Like, I didn't know how much you can interact with the NPCs and whatnot, and I just stole this guy's truck. And I'm going off with it. But those guys are my buddies. Hey, cat. Oh, I'm sorry, there's a cat. One of my cats is messing with the cords. I'm gonna have to give him his yarn ball back. Here you go, get your yarn ball. Play with your yarn. There you go. Alright, swap into the shotgun. I guess this is part of the rabid dog hunting mission. They force you to switch one of your gun out. So at this point in the game, I think I had the ability to only hold one gun at a time, which is fairly limiting early on. So what I suggest to what I suggest to all of you Far Cry 3 players is to try to hunt the animals as quickly as possible to upgrade your carrying capacity for your various weapons and items. As if not, you'll be stuck with a very limited capacity of syringes, ammo, and how much you're able to store before going to a shop and selling things and whatnot. Because as you see here, I am looking for some rabid dogs, and I am not finding any. Where could these dogs be? Looking at the ground, trying to... All I know is that they're in this blue area outlined in the minimap. Looking around for them. Where could they be? The thing about my videos for this walkthrough, they are pretty much completely unedited. So, if you see me die, that's it. You're just going to see me die. I'm not going to cut out the death. It's like almost too much work to seek out every time I've died and then cutting it out just to make me look good. I know people don't want to see that, like repeating missions and blah 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 because I'm dying, but you could always fast forward the video and just fast forward it. That's all I could say. Yeah, I still haven't found these rabid dogs. What's up with that? Yeah, running through the jungle. That's something you're going to see a lot in this game. Oh, we got one. And I missed. There goes another one. Oh, damn, he got me in the arm. Tried to jump out of his way. Just kind of feel bad to blast a dog in the face with a shotgun. I don't know. I don't even know why they wanted me to hunt rabid dogs. Like, who really cares? The villagers? Maybe they're getting attacked by the dogs? I don't know. Then skinning a dog. Who would want a dog skin? Like, I don't know. I'm just going to have to go on Google to see if people actually sell dog pelts. Or they use them in fashion or something. I have no idea. And these aren't regular dog pelts. They're rabid dog pelts. So they got lots of damage and scars and rips and tears. I don't think anybody would want to wear them as like a fur coat or anything like that. So it looks like I have one dog remaining. There it is. Slowly stalking it. letting it see me, and then blasting it when it gets up close. Bagged and tagged. That's an achievement you get for the hunting quest, I believe. I'm not exactly sure, but I think it has something to do with completing a certain amount of those hunting missions. Right here I'm looking at the map. I'm not sure what I'm looking for. Just kind of taking a look at it. Just looking around the map, trying to find something to do. Wanted dead quest. Alright, there we go, waypoint. I guess I'm going to do that next. Another thing of note. Actually, this is before I started playing this game with a mouse. I have a mouse that I use now to play first-person games that allow a little bit more precise control. I am totally not good at using a 360 controller. Well, I wouldn't say... It really depends on how smoothly the game handles the mouse input. Sometimes it's not even worth using the mouse. This is one of the games where I could use the mouse with because it has pretty high sensitivity ratings that you could turn up. As long as you could turn it up pretty high, the mouse becomes feasible. But this is before I started using them. I'm still using a Xbox 360 controller, I think, in this playthrough. I think later on you'll be able to tell because my movements will be a little quicker and a little more jerky. Because right here, it's just I could tell I'm using the controller because of the smoothness of the movements. Oh, there's a present for me. Where is it? Where's my present? Oh, I think it just went out right there. It's my present. So, as you can see, we got into a small skirmish with some of the local pirates. The shotgun's okay. It's not my preferred weapon in this game. I prefer taking enemies out from a distance. But for close quarters, shotgun's pretty good. But that's for close quarters. I don't know why I'm trying to shoot him from behind a jeep. I just blew him up instead. So you have, wow, look at those decals. Decal is, it's a texture that's applied to, it's basically a texture that's applied to an object. Like, say if you shoot a wall, and you'll see bullet holes on the wall. Oh crap, some Komoto dragons. You know what's funny? Like, I've known about Komoto dragons for a while. I remember seeing them in a movie, like some mafia guy had, some type of exotic animal that he wanted to show off, and it was like a Komoto dragon. I was like, oh wow, that's a big ass lizard. Anyway, today my interest was kind of peaked about these animals. They're really interesting. They're the largest lizard in the world. I can't say reptiles because there are some giant crocodiles that are much bigger. And the ones that you're actually seeing here are relatively small. I know the video I watched, they could get up to like 300 pounds, 3 meters in length. But their bite is deadly. Like, you only need to be bit one time by those animals and you're pretty much a dead man. It's not that they have poison. What's weird about them is that they store 50 different types of deadly bacteria in their mouths. So, these bacteria are basically, composed of the bacteria that destroys flesh. So if they're going after really large prey, they'll bite the animal and flee. They'll just take a bite and run off, and they'll stalk it. Because what'll happen is they'll end up getting blood poisoning. All the deadly bacteria goes throughout their system, and within a week, whatever they bit will be dead. So a lot of their hunting a big game. Like, they'll hunt animals, 10 times their size. All they have to do is bite it and then wait. It becomes a waiting game. And the Komoto dragons, they waste nothing. They eat bones, hide, everything. They don't just eat the meat, they eat the whole thing. And they'll share it with other dragons. Like, if they see a prey lying dead, there'll be like 3 or 4 dragons tearing at it. But the Komodo dragons themselves are they originate from an island in, I think, Indonesia, East Asia, somewhere like that. It's called, the island itself is called Komoto, hence their name. As you can see, I'm having a lot of trouble with these Komodo dragons. And if it were real life, I'd be dead, because I think one of them already bit me. Well, I wouldn't be dead now. I'd be dead in a week or something if I didn't get it treated. But yeah, I guess I'm just getting the hell out of there. It was just way too much for me to handle. And what am I doing here? Just pressing start. So I'm like, I guess I'll get out of here. Start my mission. Or did I start it yet? I don't know. I've been rambling a lot. I haven't been paying attention to the video so much. And it looks like some pirates have found me again. Oh wow, that was nice. Look at that. I didn't even notice I did that. I just shot the guy driving and they go down a cliff. We got the other guy stuck in the car. And he's down too. And it's a headshot. So looting the bodies. Oh, I actually got a pretty useful item, a grenade. Hold to interact. What am I interacting with here? Truck? Alright, go on the options menu. What am I looking for? Looks like I need some green leaves. I'm all out. I only got 1 health syringe. Amber leaves. Hunter's instinct. What's that? Animals can be seen through their scent. Really? Sounds kind of useful if I were going on a hunting quest. Here we go. I am sneaking back into a friendly village that I really don't need to sneak into. Oh yeah, by the way, I am playing this game on Xbox, if you didn't know. I am using a game capture device called Elgato Game Capture. I highly recommend it. It's very easy to use. All you need is a computer. This footage is at 1080p. Only problem is Elgato, I do not think, can capture above 30 frames per second. But since all I really do is post these videos on YouTube anyway, it really doesn't matter that it can't go over 30 frames. One of the main reasons that I do record these videos is because, I do play games, and I would really like to make my experience more constructive. Like, some people say, oh, all you do is play video games. Well, not to me personally, but you know how some arguments can go, like, how constructive really is video game playing? Since I am, I wouldn't say aspiring game designer, because I have worked in the industry, but since I'm very closely tied to the games industry, I kind of have to keep up to date on what's going on. And this is part of the process of doing that. I'm examining what makes this game good, what makes it bad. I could tell you one thing that I didn't like is that all of the sound is tied to one channel. Like, for instance, the first Far Cry was very minimalistic in its musical approach. And if I wanted, I could completely shut the music off. I thought having no music was one of the appeals of playing this type of game where you're running through the jungle. You know, you're trying to hear the footsteps and the growls of animals while you're hunting them down. I thought the music kind of got a little bit in the way of that. And while the music's okay, I'm not particularly fond of the soundtrack for this entry. Oh yeah, this is the Trial of the Rakiat. I haven't completed many of those things, but I'll probably get to them later. I might actually try that one in this video. I'm not really sure. But yeah, there are a couple things that I would have liked to have, like to be able to change like how loudly the enemies spoke in dialogue, how loud you could put the music, sound effects. Everything is all in one channel. Only thing that you can adjust is the master volume, unfortunately. But yeah, this is going to be an educational commentary, kind of my experience as, a game designer. And, I didn't design for this game, but, playing this game has a dual purpose, even a triple purpose. One, of course, is for entertainment, to enjoy myself. Two is research, to keep up to date on the state of AAA games. Number three would be for you guys, my audience. Perhaps shedding light on how to complete some of these missions, educating you about random things that I see, and things like that. One thing I really love about this game is the camera. It's such an awesome way to scout out locations. In other games, I've noticed that they do give you some type of camera or binoculars to scout out locations. Games like Metal Gear or, just certain types of games. But I always thought, well, if you have a sniper rifle, wouldn't you just rather scout it out with that instead of having to carry these binoculars around? Well, the nice thing about this game is that the camera acts exclusively as a scouting tool because it will quickly highlight enemy combatants, animals that you might be trying to hunt, and it'll keep them tracked for you. So if you wanted to play stealthily, you could easily track the positions of all the enemies. This has a major advantage over the sniper scope because the sniper scope has a smaller view radius. This has a very wide view radius, as you can see. In a sniper scope, you could technically do the same thing, except when you want to highlight an enemy, you have to hold the sight on your enemy for a much longer period of time. So the camera just lets you do it quickly, and it gives you a much wider field of view for that purpose. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. I guess I'm going on a mission of some sort. Oh yeah, I still need to do that wanted dead mission. See me popping the camera up to see if I could see any enemies out there that might be awaiting me, and look at that, just highlight one. And the camera is nice because I couldn't really see that well, right? But if I was using a sniper scope and a much narrow field of view, you have to be pointing directly at the enemy in order for them to get highlighted. With the camera, it kind of highlights most guys in the general view of the viewfinder. I don't know, I guess I'm looking for that diamond. There it is. There's the loot container. The inclusion of the minimap is nice. The first game I did believe it kind of had a minimap. I think it was some type of satellite tracker that you could use. And one of the things that was a cool concept with Far Cry 2 is that you would have to physically look at a map in order to kind of see where you're going. Um, it was a cool concept, but it was kind of cumbersome, especially when you're driving around. You know, I didn't really like to have to drive around and look at this paper map and tell where I'm going. Luckily, they give you the option to just like pause and look at a big map and kind of plot your way there. So as you can see in my mini map, this area is not uncovered. When you have not covered an area, you notice that it's just kind of like this blue texture. In order to unlock new areas, you have to find a radio tower and remove the jammer. And once the radio tower is unjammed, that's when the mini map gets revealed. Also, the big map will get revealed too of the area that's around that specific radio tower. So here I'm finally at my mission, kind of scouting out the place, trying to see what I'm up against. And I believe I'm going to attempt stealth to get to these guys. You'll notice in my playthroughs that I majorly prefer stealth over running and gunning. I just have a lot of gratification in, you know, infiltrating an area, eliminating all the enemies without being caught. You know, it's so much more, I wouldn't say it's so much more difficult to do, but it just takes patience. Takes patience. I don't know why I'm saying patience. Takes patience. It takes come on, what's wrong with me? I can't even speak. It takes patience. Alright, so it takes patience. It takes planning. You know, recon, observation. And it's being a little bit more realistic. And what I mean by realistic is some guy is not just going to run out with an AK-47 and kill 6 pirates. You know, that's just not going to happen. Realistically, if you would want to kill this many guys, you'd have to go in and sneak in and try to take them out one by one, or maybe snipe them.